Hello all, I hope you're well and welcome to this Thursday live. Lately I've been doing it Thursday mornings here in Adelaide, South Australia, but today I've changed it up and I'm doing it tonight. So when you come watch this live, whether watching live or replay, come say hi in the comments. I'd love to know that you've been here and what brings you to this live and what you want to see more of, right? Because the reason why I created this group is to help as many women as possible to heal from all over the world. So if there's anything in particular you want to see or you're struggling with, feel free to let me know. I want this to be a community where you can feel safe, seen and heard. So whatever you're going through, no matter how big or small, I'll be happy to help. Either feel free to comment below or send me a private message. And for those of you that are new here, my name is Zoe Jean from Zoe Jean Coaching. I'm an anxiety coach and an NLP practitioner, helping women to heal their anxiety from all over the world using the Rewrite Your Anxiety method, which focuses on mindset work, body connection work, nervous system regulation, and habit work, right? The mindset work is really important because it's about rewiring the programs in your subconscious mind, because our subconscious mind controls 95% of our life. So unless we're able to rewire those programs of anxiety, depression, intrusive thoughts, lack of confidence, not being good enough, or whatever it is, those programs, unless we rewire them, are going to keep replaying and replaying and replaying, and will control our lives unless we rewire them. So that's really important. And obviously body connection is really important, right? Because if you're not connected to your body, then you're not going to be present in the moment, then you're not going to be able to pick up on the signs and signals from stress and anxiety, etc. in the early stages. So it's going to go from being small to blowing out of proportion because you weren't aware when it was small to actually be able to do something about it and process your emotions. And then obviously nervous system regulation is really important as well, because we want to regulate your nervous system and get you back into the window of tolerance, and then we want to widen that window of tolerance, because the wider it is, the more everyday life stresses and anxiety things can go wrong with you being fine without it making you spiral out of control and possibly have a panic attack or get really stressed and anxious. Because the wider that is, the more that you can handle. Where right now, your window of tolerance, if you're stuck in chronic anxiety, if you're stuck in hyper arousal, if you live in the survival state, would be like really, really small. So we want to slowly start to open that back up and continue opening that up further. And then habit work, right? Because everything we do in life is based off our current habits. So it's also about doing some habit work, kind of debunking your current negative habits and what the reward of those negative habits is and how you can get that same benefit in a new positive habit. Anyway, today's live is about, conserving your energy, right? Like a lot of us, when we're stuck in that chronic anxiety, when we're stuck in those intrusive thoughts, stuck comparing ourselves to other people, worrying about the past, trying to control situations or whatever it is, we're not conserving our energy, right? We're draining our energy. We're draining our energy and making us feel more negative and more down and taking up a lot more energy than we need to. And that is when we're in that survival state, right? We're pretty much fight or flight, ready to run for our life, right? Because we're using all of that energy for the negative, for things that we're acting as if we're about to die, right? When we're not about to die. So it's about learning how to actually conserve your energy and use your energy for good, rather than using it as if you're about to die, right? As if you're about to have to run away from a lion or tiger or bear or something. So we want to learn how to conserve that energy and use our energy for more positive things, right? Because at the end of the day, right, we're all going to at times get caught up in certain situations and start to worry about things that aren't really important, or think something's the reality when it's not actually a reality. It's just our anxiety or our beliefs or our stress or our thoughts, maybe our low self-esteem that's thinking something's a certain way that it's not, and we're wasting all that energy on that rather than using our energy on the most important things. So conserving your energy is really, really important, so you can actually use it on the more important things. So you can use it on the things that make you feel good, that make you happy, that give you joy in life, that give you inner peace in life, that make your day worth living and help you get to that next level so you can live your best life and create your best life. And so you don't end up on your deathbed thinking, shit, I've just wasted my whole life, right? So you want to conserve your energy so you have time to do the things that make you feel good, that give you inner peace, that give you happiness, that give you confidence, that give you love, that give you present moment times, rather than being stuck in your head and thinking, shit, where did the time go? Because you've essentially, you know, been stuck in your head all day, right? So you want to learn how to conserve that energy. And one way to start learning how to conserve that energy is just to start bringing more awareness to your current day, to your regular day, right? Like a lot of the time we aren't even aware. Like, how can we get out of our anxious thoughts, out of our anxiety, out of our intrusive thoughts, out of our comparing ourselves to other people, out of our low self-doubt? How can we get out of that if we're not actually even aware that that's happening? And that's where a lot of us are when we're anxious. Like, anxiety because of our identity, right? So we're anxious without even knowing that we're anxious, right? I remember thinking one day when I was chronically anxious, I remember thinking I was reasonably calm because I thought I was compared to how anxious I usually was, and because anxiety was my normal, right? And then people could still see that I was really anxious, but to me, I didn't see it because it was my identity. I was used to it. So it's really, really important to find ways to conserve your energy, and that all starts with being aware of where your current energy is going and what's draining you, and how you can start to do a little bit less of whatever is draining your energy, right? Is it checking your phone first thing in the morning that's draining your energy? Is it slaying yourself away in a 9-to-5 job that you know that you hate, and the people are walking all over you in? Hi Bianca, thanks for watching. So really just start to start to observe your day. If I can give you one piece of advice today, the biggest step is that awareness. So start to observe your regular days, maybe write a list of stuff that drains your energy, that makes you feel like shit, that brings you down, and stuff that actually motivates you and conserves your energy and makes you feel good. Because if you can start being more aware of that and start doing more of the things that make you feel good and conserve your energy and doing less of the things that drain you, then that's going to make the world of difference. So that's really, really important. And, you know, before it comes to doing a certain thing, like instead of just, you know, automatically going to do something, maybe actually pause and ask yourself prior to doing it, is this going to bring me closer towards my goals or further away? Is this going to make me feel happy and bring me confidence and peace, or is it going to make me feel like shit? So really start to ask yourself before you go to do something, what is actually going to make you feel good and what is going to make you feel worse. And another thing you can do is ask yourself, you know, when it comes, like, a lot of us always have a lot on our plate, right? And sometimes we get distracted, we don't know where to turn, we don't know what's most important, we don't know what the priority should be, so we quite often try and do 50 million things at once, and that also drains our energy, right? So maybe ask yourself as well, is this a now thing, or is this something that can wait and be done further down the track, right? So you even start to ask yourself that as well. And I know when we're stuck in, you know, chronic anxiety, it can be really hard to know what should be the most priority, and we feel like everything has to be done once, and having everything done at once gives us that sense of control. So this is also where, you know, learning to trust yourself can also be really beneficial, right? Because if you don't trust yourself, then you're not going to be able to use your energy for the good, and you're not going to be able to conserve your energy because you don't trust yourself with what feels good for you, and what will fill your cup up, and what will make you feel good, and what is actually worthy of your energy going towards. So if there's another big takeaway you can take away from this, is to really build that self-trust in yourself, which I know is easier said than done, right? Especially in today's society, you know, we get conditioned in childhood with all these beliefs. We grow up through school and get certain beliefs. We grow up, watch through TV and get conditioned with certain beliefs. So it can make it really hard to trust ourselves, right? We're born with so much love for ourselves and for other people, but as we grow up and get conditioned, we disconnect from ourselves. We disconnect from that trust in ourselves, from that intuition. But it's really, really important to start to bring yourself back to that place if you can. And also when it comes to focusing on conserving your energy and, you know, what's going to bring you more energy and what is going to drain you, it's also really important to, like, do a little bit of an audit on different areas of your life, maybe like your work, your friendships, your relationships, your personal life. Kind of just break it all down to see what is actually draining your energy in each area and what is giving you more energy in each area as well. And that can also be really beneficial. Because it's crazy, like I like to do this sort of stuff every week, right? Every week I'll be like, what's been draining my energy? What's been giving me more energy and filling my cup up? You know, what have been my top emotions this week? My top maybe negative ones, my top positive ones. Like, it's crazy. If you want to get somewhere in life, you really need to have that awareness, and you really need to observe what is going on in your day-to-day life, because we can't change something if we're not aware of it. So anyone on their journey, whether you're new to this or whether you've been doing this for a while, having that awareness is going to be your very best friend. So I'd love for you to let me know where you are currently at on your journey, and do you have an awareness at the moment of, you know, what your current thoughts are, what your top emotions are, and where your energy is being drained, where you're maybe leaking energy, and what brings you more energy? Do you have any idea at the moment, or is it kind of do you just kind of feel disconnected and like you don't even know what's going on, right? Because I've actually spoken to a lot of people, and they're like, they have no idea, right? Like, they just go through their day on autopilot, having no idea what they've done or what makes them feel good or what's draining their energy, or they feel like shit but they don't know why. And this is because we're so used to living in autopilot and being disconnected from ourselves and what actually makes us feel good, and just not having that awareness, right? So I really want you to start to focus on this, right? Like, I know healing can seem a little bit overwhelming and confusing and hard, but just start small, right? Just start small by bringing a little bit more awareness into your life. You know, maybe start doing this process once a week. And then as you get good at that, you can start paying attention to it daily. But maybe just once a week, take the time, spend 10 or so minutes to actually jot down what have been my top positive emotions this week, what have been my top negative emotions this week. Ask yourself, you know, what's been draining my energy this week, what's been motivating me, giving me more energy this week, what tasks have I given energy to that didn't really need it, that weren't really a now thing, and what things did I do that were good, and just really start to observe that, right? And maybe even do this on a Sunday to kind of help you set yourself up for the week. Like, what can I do this week that needs to be a now thing and that's going to give me happiness and joy straight away, and what things don't need to be done straight away that maybe I can put to the side to conserve my energy for the things that are more important, and to also make sure that, you know, you have time for yourself, because obviously having time for yourself is really important. So even in this time, you can make sure you have time for yourself, right? Like, a lot of us hate getting sick, and even if we're sick, we still struggle to rest and slow down. But at the end of the day, if you rest, you're going to get better so much faster, because your body is sick for a reason. It's sick because it's calling out, I'm overworked, I need a rest, I need to do nothing for a little while to recuperate, right? So do your best to listen to your body, right? Notice when you're getting run down and rest a little more. Drink a little bit more water if you need to. Go to bed early if you need to. Because the more you listen to your body's little signals, the less likely it's going to get to burnout, to really severe sickness. So to start to become aware of your body, all right, let's just summarize. Start to become aware of your body more and what is actually happening in the moment, whether you need more water, whether you need more sleep, whether you need to rest more, whether you need more self-care time. So number one, start to do that. Number two, start to write a list of your top emotions, you know, your positive ones and your negative ones. Number three, start to focus on your energy. What's draining your energy and what's giving you more energy? So you can start to focus on the things that give you more energy and less on the things that drain your energy. And then finally, start to process what is a necessity, what needs to be done now, and what can be done later. So I'd love for you all to give that a go, or even just start giving one of them a go, whatever resonates with you the most, if it feels like a lot right now. Because I know, you know, we can watch all the videos and hear all the things that we can do, and we can say to ourselves that I'm going to do this, but then, you know, life gets in the way, maybe work a bit more, or your kids are sick, or something goes wrong that takes away your energy, and then you stop doing it, or it's just a hard day at work, so instead of coming home to do this, you just watch TV and relax. Whatever it is, I know it can be hard to implement this, especially if you're new to this. You know, it takes time for you to implement it, and it takes you 100% wanting to do it, right? We're not going to do something unless we have 100%, unless we really want to do it, and we're motivated to do it, and we're going to make it happen no matter what, because it's important to us. So if that's you, if you struggle with that, then just start with one of these. Just start with one of these and start to notice the differences that you feel through doing this one thing, or doing all of it if you do all of it. Because if you can start to notice the changes in that, and it makes you feel good and it affects your energy, then you're also more likely to keep doing it long term. So yeah, I'd love to know how you all go with that. And if anyone would like some further support on, you know, learning how to be more empowered and have more positive emotions rather than negative ones, if you want to learn how to conserve your energy better rather than feeling drained all the time and like your energy is going to the wrong things, whether you want to learn how to, you know, trust yourself, or feel like if you want any of that or all of that, and you're just sick of living in stress and anxiety and not knowing where to turn, then feel free to comment me below or send me a private message. And if this brings up any thoughts or feelings or triggers for you, also feel free to let me know, because as mentioned at the start of this video, I'm here to support you with whatever that you need, whatever's coming up for you. So feel free to let me know that as well in the comments or in a private message. Well, thank you all so much for joining me, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.